Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. More content is going to be removed from MapleStory Global. In about 2 months we'll have to say goodbye to Monad and the Alien Visitor PQ. If you follow me on Twitch or the Clip channel, you might have already seen that we checked out the MapleStory Japan notice a few weeks ago. There it was announced that the region is closing down Monad as well as Stellar Detectives. They probably don't have the Alien Visitor PQ. But now it was also announced that last night MapleStory Global will be removing Monad and Alien Visitor PQ, but at least for now, not Stellar Detectives. So is it worth visiting this content while you can? The Alien Visitor PQ is actually pretty short and pretty easy to complete. You usually don't take longer than a few minutes to complete the whole thing. It unlocks at level 200 and you'll have to hunt monsters for 3 stages. There also are 2 boss stages that you'll have to clear, and those bosses have a chance to drop special alien equipment. There is a special set effect for those alien accessories that you can get, and the hat that you can get from this has some nice base stats as well. The accessories will also always have epic potential. The set effect isn't all that great though, and the EXP you get from this is not really super exciting either, but these items could be useful for example Legion or Link Sculptules, or as some in-between gear in case you're still missing some accessories. So if you want to get the Alien PQ gear still, it is kinda situational, but you might as well want to try to nab a few items, especially if you're in a regular server, as they might become collectibles in the future. These items will not be removed once the update goes live on the 16th of November, instead only the way to obtain the items will be removed, so they'll be limited edition, let's say that. For Monad, I'm actually quite sad that it's gonna go away, because I've done Monad quite a few times, and this blockbuster definitely has some pacing issues and it can be pretty buggy, but it also has some of the most unique boss fights and features in the game that you won't find anywhere else. I actually really enjoyed the cavern part the first time I did it, where you had to manage your people who all have different needs, and the story was pretty interesting, albeit a bit too long and not that well written, but it was interesting enough to keep me going. The final Monad boss, Julieta, also has a very unique design, and her model actually takes more damage as you beat her up while jumping from rooftop to rooftop. It's actually a pretty epic boss battle, but it was also plagued by bad designs and again bugs like most non-MapleStory Korea content. Monad rewards a very nice title that's one of the fastest titles with actually decent permanent stats to get. The Root Abyss title is a bit better, same with the Monster Park one, but that one will take a lot longer to get, as getting the Monad title will only take you a couple of hours. And once you defeat Julieta, you'll be able to get a lot of epic gear as well, either Pencilier, Empress or gear from the Japanese set. It will always be epic, and Monad itself rewards a really nice chunk of EXP and mesos for players who dare to complete this content relatively early on. It is in my opinion too bad, this content has to go. So if you want to, I would still recommend completing Monad for the title. It's pretty nice and it doesn't take that long. Also, if you completed Monad once, you can just go log into your other characters, you can fight Julieta right away. It takes a few hours to beat Monad first, but after that the boss fight is unlocked for all your characters. Now, with that out of the way, I do want to talk a bit about the status of overseas MapleStory and these types of content removal. You might have noticed that Nexon doesn't provide any reasoning to why this content is being removed. And this is of course a speculation, but I think it's because the reasoning is pretty simple: to save money, and that's not a sexy reason, you can't sell that to your audience. MapleStory Korea and MapleStory China are where all the money is being made. JMS, TMS, MapleC and Maple Global, they're all not earning that much. So Nexon will try to run everything with as small as possible team or skeleton crew. Content that often breaks, like Monad, takes away resources from those already very small teams that have to fit every update into their respective regions, while also updating other non-KMS content like Jet, Hayato, Kana and Beastamer. The other reason would be that some items mess with the intended balance of progression that the developers have planned out, usually making things just a bit faster than intended, and because there aren't enough resources to rework content, it is easier to just remove the content in total, especially if it's not being used that often or just breaks often. If we check the Nexon financial numbers, we can actually see that year over year in Q2, MapleStory Global actually earned less money for Nexon. I think the numbers will look better for Q3 though, because of the crazy amount of players that returned with the Destiny update. But it does also explain why Nexon removed, for example, the additional 10 channels from any reboot, while there still are way more people playing the game than a year ago. Apparently things are pretty dire over at Nexon America, and money that can be saved has to be saved. There could also actually be another reason for the additional channel being removed, and again, this is all just speculation. I think this is not fact, but I think the player's spending ceiling is way higher in the regular servers than in the reboot servers. Players can drop a lot of money if they're playing MapleStory on the regular servers compared to reboot, where at one point you'll be be done, you'll get all the equipment, but cubing just is so much more profitable for Nexon. So I think Nexon also wants to slightly inconvenience and discourage you from playing in the reboot server. That's why there, for example, also was an additional event in the Burning World where reaching level 220 would give you reward points. And that's probably also the reason why we never got those additional burning coupons in reboot for not being able to participate in the Burning World like the regular servers. MapleStory Korea, for example, always gives out burning coupons to reboot players whenever there's a Burning World because they can't participate in the Burning World. And again, I just think this is why this isn't a fact or anything like that, but it could also explain why Nexon also removed the additional reboot channels while players are still up like, what, 30% year over year, judging from just the Steam charts. That's not all players, by the way, just people playing from Steam. So a lot of talking, but in short, make sure to complete a few runs of the Alien Visitor PQ to get some of those items that you soon won't be able to obtain anymore. And if you want a title with some decent and permanent stats and more epic gear, then make sure to complete Monad while you can. I think this content is being removed because Nexon, just like us MapleStory players, wants to min-max their profits, and that is the reason why no explanation was given for the content removal. If I were you, I would also get some of the rings from Stellar Detectives, if you need those of course. I would prioritize getting them relatively soon as well, as this content was already scheduled to be removed in MapleStory Japan, and we're probably not that far behind. What do you think yourself about the removal of the content and about the way Nexon is managing MapleStory Global, MapleStory C or any other region that you might be playing? Let me know in the comments. And that's all for today. As always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Digby, Vira, Trevor, Michael Machaka, Ratius, Justin Veil, Silvio Nato, Afterlord_MS, Striker Elk, Tidal 1 Pun, Radical Jaws, Riser Aru, Certito 655, Mathias Simonsson, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, Conrad Crystallis, Ace Light, Mr. Anark, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Muka 1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brendon Cam, Vague Botnet, Fecko, Victor Sundstrom, ceemak, Only, Rashid Alarmudi, Gerlando Balavia, Gianfranco Calderon Canavero, Lucky Beats, Martino Dev, Gummy Bullet and Lord Vazil. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!